It's a brand new financial year, which means we need to put out a brand new tracker for your FY24-25 needs. And this year, we've added quite a lot of changes to the spreadsheet, updating and improving from last year's version. If you guys tried out last year's version, there will be a lot of similar types of tabs and similar views for you, but we've also added in a couple extra sections like stock write-offs. We've broken down other into more categories, and we've just made the whole thing a little bit easier to use. So I want to give you guys a little bit of an overview of how we built out the spreadsheet this year, and then we'll talk about what we are going to be offering up for this spreadsheet at the end of this video. All of these links will be in the description, both for the GST and the non-GST version. So if you would like to go ahead and purchase that GST or non-GST version spreadsheet today, it'll be down below for you guys as well. All right, let's jump into these spreadsheets. So first up, we're just going to quickly talk about the non-GST version and all the tabs. All the tabs are going to be very similar across both versions, just the GST version will obviously have the GST components included. So first up is just a basic dashboard, which gives you your income versus costs, a cost breakdown, and an overall cash flow perspective, so you can kind of tell where you are at any given point in time. Now, most of your information that you're going to enter is going to be in this tax view tab, which gives you essentially every piece of data that you're going to need to enter to get you that tax information at the end of the year. So you've got your cost of goods purchased, your items purchased, your total sales, your fees, your cost of goods sold, your postage, your subscriptions, your supplies, and your other expenses, and it does all the calculations for you. That information then filters all the way through to the budget tab, which gives you more of an in-pocket versus expenses kind of look because of the way that cost of goods bought, sold, and on hand works. This will give you a better understanding of what cash flow you should actually have at any given point in time. Next up, returning is the returns tracker this year. Again, we've kept this pretty simple. So essentially it's a refund amount versus a fee credit, giving you your net cost. So we update these on a week-to-week basis, so we have all the information at hand at any given point in time. New to this year's spreadsheet is a write-off section. This is a key component that we added in this year to keep track of stuff that you have written off, whether that's been through donation or disposal. This has also fed back into your profits versus expenses, so all that information will be available for you as well. One of the most important tabs, and one that has been well received last year, was this tax professional tax time tab, where essentially we amalgamate all the information from the spreadsheet into one spot so you can give this information to your tax professional at the end of the year. We've also updated this with a few new sections to represent the subscription, supplies, and other that has been changed this year, along with the stock write-offs that we mentioned before. The GST version is very similar, except that it has those extra tabs for your GST costs and also your sales, and then gives you an overview at any given point in time of how much money you owe in GST. You can see on the top line here, we owe $363.64 based on our sales, and then we have our cost of GST that we would have paid for these other expenses as well. Essentially, all this does is give you all your GST information available at any given point in time, especially when it comes to BAS time. You have these quarterly views, which allow you to see what you are potentially going to owe in GST, and you can just provide this to your tax professional and they should be able to sort it out all for you. All of the other tabs are almost identical. There's just a little bit more information pertaining to GST, but apart from that, your overall dashboard and all other sections of the GST tab are going to be very similar. So why is it so important to track your expenses? Well, we had a chat with Ethan Rushock recently, and the great man did say,
if you're a reseller and you're running a reselling business, you are running a business. It is no different to an accounting business. It's no different to a cafe. It's no different to a brick and mortar retail seller. You're running a business, and therefore treat it like a business, think like a business, track things like a business, and then you're actually gonna succeed like a business.
So I'd highly encourage you to jump on a version of this spreadsheet and use it to the best of your ability. With every version of this spreadsheet, there is a tutorial video attached to them that goes a lot more in depth into each tab than this video here. So you might be asking yourself, how much is this going to cost me? Well, we have done the same thing that we did last year. We have left that completely up to you. Pay what you feel. We have set a lower limit on that of $15 just to cover the time and expenses that we've put into this spreadsheet. But feel free, if you think this spreadsheet is going to be worth $50 to $60, that's perfectly fine. But we understand that times are tough, and if you can only afford the $15, that's perfectly fine as well. We just hope that this gets you ahead for next tax financial year, so you're not scrambling as we've all been before in the past to get those numbers together. So thanks for being here today. I hope this spreadsheet helps you out in financial year 24-25. If you do have any questions for us, please leave them in the comments below. We have also done a great video with Ethan Rushock from Rushock Accounting about tax time, so you can make sure you're saving as much as you possibly can as you submit your tax return this year. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Aussie Thrifters. Bye for now.